through all the things that we do. And I just want to say thank you to you.
I didn't see this coming. I
just want to say thank you to you. Yes, Solomon Tetenate as my colleague here. I mean, we work together. We do a lot of things together. And Charlie, this morning, you're one of the few people I want to appreciate so much for making the show running, making sure that we have things moving. Yes. And let me just say, last night, as late as 10 p.m., we're having conversation, Charlie. Yeah, guest, what's up, Charlie? You know, just making sure that things will happen this morning. And so you are the real MVP as well, yes, when it comes to the show. And I'm really grateful for your support and everything.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. All right. So, who do you want to also appreciate? Don't appreciate me. Yes. No, don't mention it.
It cannot work that way.
No.
As you said, we work hand in hand. So there's no way I can. You can appreciate me and I cannot appreciate you.
But I know. Okay, I know. Thank me. Yes. Now go on to other people who want to appreciate.
So let me start with our boss. Our executive chair. Thank you so much, sir, for the privilege and the counseling, the advice, the correction.
Yeah.
In fact, I really liked him because always he's on you to do the best, to do your best, And if you make a mistake, he will definitely correct you. And in fact, if you have someone like that, you need to appreciate, because not everybody will correct you when you are making a mistake. So I think that is a
the Bible says it's in a very beautiful way. Who the Lord loves, he chastises. Yes. So when we receive that, sometimes they're hard knocks, but
exactly. But you need to take it in good faith, because it's for your good.
And so Chief, God bless you so much.
God bless you. We really appreciate you this morning, and also our general manager. I really appreciate her. In fact, she encourages me in every form. When you go to her,
even she challenges you,
and
I'm talking about people generally. Yes, she's somebody who,
if you think you can't do it, she'll challenge you to do it.
Go and do it. And most of the times, you go and do it,
and you do it. You do it.
Most of the times you are able to do it. I remember there was a time, I don't know if I have to say this, but let me just say it anyway, because it's very important. There was a time that we were supposed to work on something, trying to transform a particular aspect of I think the news and all of that. And we went and said that, madam, this one, if you have to do it this way, this is how it will be. She said, no, go and try and work on it again. Go and improve it. And we kept improving until we got it right. And that is the kind of leader.
And she doesn't like excuses. And that's one thing I really like. That you don't have to go to her with excuses.
There's always a way out.
There's always a solution. And she was the solution. Exactly. So when you're coming to her, then come with a solution. So we really appreciate you. You've shaped us in a very wonderful way.
We appreciate you. Let me just play them.
And also I appreciate you, Trevi Hammond. In fact, you've been good. It's been awesome moment with you. Anytime we are on air, anytime we are behind the scene and everything, it's easy to work with you. And I also like the teachings, the corrections. In fact, there are times that I'll bring something to you and you'll be like, oh no, we should do it this way. And I appreciate it a lot. I really appreciate it.
Charlie,
sometimes there are some of the decisions I would take. I could see clearly that this is not actually a good, but you would direct me and say, oh no, when we do it this way, it will be better. And I have learned a lot from you, working with you. And I really
thank you
this morning. And also I appreciate my former boss. I did my internship there, and that's Ghana Armed Forces.
Oh, okay.
I want to appreciate them this morning. And my boss, Madam Lawson Nedu, she was flight lieutenant, but I think she has been promoted. I don't know the rank now.
What's the name again?
I'm supposed to know, but I forgot it because when I went there, I learned all the ranks from scratch. Yeah, all the ranks. But now she's with the Air Force headquarters.
Oh, okay.
She used to be at DPR.
What's the name again?
Madam Lawson Nedu.
Wow.
Thank you so much this morning. I really appreciate your teachings and your correction when I was doing internship there. And also Madam Joycelyn, she's also at DPL at Ghana Forces. I really appreciate both of you, and thank you so much for your impact in my life.
On that note, let me also just appreciate, when I did my national service, there were some incredible individuals, shaping you, and even giving you tips, Charlie. Back in the day, Charlie, national service salary, Charlie, change, so So every Friday, Patu, yes, I call that's how everybody calls it.
Okay.
Yes, Patu will give you some 500, some 200, some Charlie. Which is like 70% of your salary.
I tell you.
At the end of the month, you know. And Charlie, that is like that's actually sustained us a lot. And this morning, I just want to say, Dr. Patu, yes, I call him Doctor. Yeah, Patu. Thank you so much, Mr. Patrick Morty from GCB. Also, there are so many other people I just want to appreciate this morning. So many other people, but I may not be able to mention. Yes, but Samuel Ransford. Really grateful to him as well. That man has been amazing. He's been supporting me even beyond national service. He's been very, very good to me. Also, this one is from Bright Kosi BQ. It says that I am a facilitator at GES. Colleagues, enjoy the day. Yes. So big shout outs to all of you at GES. And this is from Bright Kosi BQ. It says that enjoy the day. All right. So feel free to also send us your 0544-321019, 0544-321019. Or you can call us on 0303956641, 0303956641. Yes. And you can appreciate the people that you want to appreciate. Solo, give us all the traffic updates and all the other things you want to.
All right, so it's time for transport today, and I'm taking you through the local flight schedules for today. And we also look at the traffic situation in time, even though you might guess what is going on in the city of Accra when it's a holiday, But I'll take you through some few places that you could see some spots of, traffic, and then I'll give you the update of that, and also some stories actually trending this morning in the aviation sector. So let me start with the flight schedules, and I'm starting with Passion Air. Accra to Kumasi, morning flights are 6:20 a.m., 8:50 a.m. and 11:20 a.m. And then afternoon flights are 1:50 p.m. and 4:20 p.m., 1:50 p.m. and 4:20 p.m. And then the evening flight is at 7:20 p.m. and it takes 40 minutes to get to your destination. Now, Accra to Takoradi Passion Air, morning flight is at 6:20 a.m. and then afternoon flight is at 4:20 p.m. Morning flight 6:20 a.m. and then afternoon flight is at 4:20 p.m. and it takes 50 minutes to get to your destination. Now, Accra to Sunyani Passion Air, morning flight 9:10 a.m. and then afternoon flight is at 2:20 p.m. Morning flight 9:10 a.m. and then afternoon flight is at 2:20 p.m. and it takes 1 hour to get to your destination. Accra to Wa Passion Air has only one flight available for the day at 9:50 a.m. and it takes 1 hour 40 minutes to get to your destination. Accra to Tamale Passion Air morning flight is at 6 a.m. and then afternoon flight is at 12:20 p.m. and evening flights are 5:30 p.m. and 7:10 p.m. and it takes 1 hour 20 minutes to get to your destination. So that's all for Passion Air. Now let's look at Africa World Airlines, how their schedule also looks like today. So Africa World Airlines Accra to Kumasi morning flights are 6:20 a.m., 8:40 a.m. and 9:20 a.m. 6:20 a.m., 8:40 a.m., 9:20 a.m. and 11:40 a.m. So these are the morning flight schedules for Accra to Kumasi Africa World Airlines. And then afternoon flights are 2:20 p.m. and 4:40 p.m. 2:20 p.m. and 4:40 p.m. and then the evening flight is at 7 p.m. It takes 40 minutes to get to your destination. Accra to Takoradi Africa World Airlines morning flight is at 6:40 a.m. and then afternoon flights are 2:10 p.m. and 4:30 p.m. and then Accra to Tamale Africa World Airlines morning flights are 6:30 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. and then afternoon flights are 12:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. and it takes 1 hour to get to your destination. So that's all for the local flight schedules for today. Now let's look at the traffic situation in town. And currently there's traffic spotted at North Jolu, where the Fiesta Royal Hotel is located. So you should take note of that. There's traffic around that area, especially the Fiesta Royal Hotel past the National Petroleum Authority to where the Ample Ghana is located. So you should take note of that if you are using the North Jolu route, and that's the La Paz route. So that's the traffic update for you around that area. And also coming to airport on the Liberation Road, there's traffic spotted at Shangri-La, and so you should take note of that. Right from Shangri-La to airport first, there's traffic spotted around that area, so you should also take note of that. So that's the traffic update for you today. Amazingly, today there's free movement on the airport bypass road. Usually there's traffic on that stretch, but today there's very free movement on that stretch, so you should also take note of that. So that's the traffic update for you. Coming to Ring Road Central, there's traffic spotted at Paloma Hotel. So if you are from the Nima police station heading towards Accra Circle overhead, there's traffic right from the Paloma Hotel all the way to where the MTN Ghana office is located, and that's the MTN Kwame Nkrumah Circle branch. There's traffic on that stretch, so you should take note of that. So that'll be all for the traffic update. Now there's a story trending this morning that I want to share with you in the aviation sector. So Ethiopian Airlines is the largest airline in the Africa, and Visa, the largest airline in Africa, and Visa, a global leader in digital payment, announced an agreement to support the rollout and growth of Visa co-branded payment product. The agreement reinforces a long-standing collaboration between Visa and Ethiopian Airlines, Africa's largest and most respected airline groups, and is designed to enhance the payment experience for travelers while supporting the airline's growth ambition. So through the joint effort, Visa and Ethiopian Airlines will work together to drive greater adoption and usage of co-branded Visa cards, offering customers more seamless, secure, and rewarding ways to pay for travel and everyday purchases. So the collaboration will also focus on strengthening customer engagement, promoting digital payment, and supporting Ethiopian Airlines expanding footprint. So this is a story actually trending this morning in the aviation sector, and thank you, Nitra B. Hammond, for having me this morning.
All right, thank you very much, Solomon Tetenate, for bringing us transport today this morning. Well, the show continues. This is a business breakfast on Zed 101.9 FM, and this is the special holiday edition, and today is Labor Day, and so we're, like I said, we're giving you an opportunity to appreciate all your loved ones. We're also giving you, I mean, not loved ones necessarily, but even workers, I mean, people that have contributed to your career, your business, your anything at all that you're doing. Yes, people that have contributed to that in line with your work, and we just want to appreciate all of those people today. So wherever you are, feel free to send them to me, 0544321019. Tell me who you want to appreciate this morning, and I'll read your messages for you as we go on in the show this morning. Also, you can call us on 0303956641. We'll also give you the opportunity to do same. And on Facebook, you can drop a comment, ZFMGH, and on YouTube, Z Multimedia. Feel free to also drop some comments there, and we'll also read them for you. Okay, so the show continues. We're going to take a quick music break. When we return, we bring you some of the messages and also our big conversation for today. Please don't go anywhere. celebrate and appreciate my big brothers. Celebrate and appreciate my big brothers, Raphael Hammond and Sam Baraka for their unfailing contribution and support in my career. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. Now, we love you. Me, I love you so much. I don't know, but I love you so much. God bless you so much too for sending this message, and God bless you for all the things that you also do. And I'm really grateful. Since you mentioned my brother Sam, let me also give him some big shout outs this morning. Sam, God bless you so much. Really grateful to you, my brother, for being an amazing brother and friend. Yes, we are aligned. That's what we say. We are aligned. Anyway, and happy birthday. I have some messages also coming through, birthday wishes coming through. This one says that happy birthday, Kiki Snow. You are blessed and highly favored. May God bless you and keep you for greater purpose from your lovely dad, Lexus. And so happy birthday to you, Kiki Snow. Kiki Snow, Daddy loves you so much and he wishes you a happy birthday. Says that you are blessed and highly favored. It's not easy to be blessed and highly favored. Yes, Mary in the Bible was blessed and highly favored, and he brought forth the Savior. You are also going to bring forth mighty things, big things, big innovations that the world isn't ready for yet. And so happy birthday, Kiki Snow. God bless you so much. All right, so that is that. I have some messages coming through, but we'll read them as and when we move on in the show this morning. But right about now, we're going to get into our big conversation for today. Now, like I told you today, we're talking about Labor Day because
welcome to Zed Multimedia Online. Don't forget. Welcome to Zed Multimedia Online. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials on TikTok at Zed Multimedia, LinkedIn at Zed Multimedia, YouTube, Zed TV, ID, X, and Facebook at ZFMGH. Do enjoy this video.
Appreciated, and this morning we are going beyond the celebrations because, of course, it's a day of appreciation, a day of recognition, a day to say thank you to the millions of Ghanaians whose hard work keep this country moving. But the real question is, what happens after today? Are we truly valuing workers in a meaningful way? Are we just acknowledging them once a year? From the offices to the markets, from corporate boardrooms to the streets, from skilled professionals to informal workers who actually power a huge part of our economy. Labor Day is really about people, and people who show up, people who build, people who carry the weight of productivity, growth, and national development. So this morning we're having an important conversation, and we're asking that, are organizations in Ghana doing enough? Not just in words, but in action. Are workers being fairly compensated, protected, and even given opportunities to grow? And what about the many in the informal sector who often fall outside structured systems of support and recognition? And we'll also be looking at the future of work. We'll touch on employee well-being, workplace culture, flexibility, and what it truly actually takes to build environments where people don't just work, but they are able to thrive. Now, at the heart of it all is one key question: how do we move beyond Labor Day rhetoric to build a culture that consistently values and empowers workers all year around? And to help us unpack this morning, I'm joined by someone who is very well positioned to help us have this conversation this morning. His name is Osei Alsafo. He's a human resource professional, and he joins us for this conversation. Good morning, Osei. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. Yourself?
Yes, I'm doing well too, by God's grace. Maybe you may want to just raise your voice a bit for us.
Okay.
Yes, but happy.
Better?
Yes, it's better. Relatively better.
Right.
Happy Labor Day to you.
Same to you, Neil.
All right. I think we haven't spoken this year, right?
Yes, I think our last meeting was late last year.
Last year, right. Good to have you back anyway.
Same.
Okay, so let's begin our conversation. I want to set the tone. Now, first of all, when we talk about Labor Day in Ghana, what does it truly represent to you beyond the holiday?
Okay, so I'll start off by thanking you and those tuning in to listen. I'll try my best to keep my responses brief so our hard-working workforce can return to your well-deserved rest. So, Labor Day, let's go back to the history of it. Some years ago, I think it was 1886, this movement started up when people were actually protesting about, conditions of work. I mean, there were times where people worked like 15-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, and I think they had that discussion to try and bring it down to a more meaningful 8-hour work day.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it started from there. So I think the whole idea of work day is for us to revisit the conditions of work currently, and for us to try and adjust like to the times that we have now. So like that's what I'll say with regards to I mean where like Labor Day is from and where we are now. I mean, it's quite unfortunate that it's become just I mean a rest day for us. Okay, it's Labor Day, take the time off and rest. But I think if we could invest more into this day, trying to educate, I mean, why like there's a need for Labor Day, and maybe we can also put some education out there that okay, so this is what we are doing now. How can we be better? I think that would really help, work. I mean, around the Labor Day.
I see. So it dates far back in the 1800s. Very interesting.
Yeah.
But let's bring it to Ghana here. So from your perspective as an HR professional, do you think that organizations in Ghana genuinely value their workers, or it is largely symbolic?
Well, I would say we are getting there. Like let me just put it like that. We are getting there because there's mostly concerns on fairness, I mean issues on support and development. There's some issue of safety as well. I mean, if we're talking about, I'm just saying this with regards to both the formal and informal sectors. But with regards to fairness, I mean, it's not always about the money, but then making sure that there's fair compensation. There's, I mean, procedural fairness with regards to talent acquisition. I mean, all the steps that runs through the whole organization ecosystem. So, I mean, I would say we've done more because even with regards to fairness, I mean, let me even take salary out. Some years back, I know the pay salaries in the banking sector wasn't too great, but I mean, for the past two, 3 or to say 2 years, I can say that I mean there's been some improvement. So I mean, there's more work to be done. There's more work to be done. So I just hope that we use this day to try and I mean reflect and let's say go try and review our processes, our culture, and see where the gaps are and try to close them.
I see. So you're saying that we've come from far. We've done certain things. Maybe if you can take us back to where things were. You mentioned the banking sector. I don't know whether it's just in the banking sector that we made that progress, but if you can mention some other sectors of the economy that we've been able to make progress in terms of.
They mostly have the issue of structure. They mostly have the issue of structure, and I mean, there are people's understanding. I mean, their rights with regards to like the labor laws and what that they are supposed to. I mean, they are entitled, I should say. So I would say, aside the banking sector, I mean, generally across board, I mean, I would say the COVID-19 played a role to also, I mean, let us see the other, I mean, ways of work. And I mean, aside that, too, I mean, the rise of emerging technologies like AI, which has also made, I mean, work, more efficient and as well as the need for change and to do things better. So I think is that if we're able to delegate some of these things to technology, we're able to focus on the core things that matter, that's like that, like managing the people that really make our work scalable and more productive.
I see. Now let's break it down. What does it actually mean for an organization to value its employees? What does it mean?
Okay, value the employee. I think it starts by listening. I mean, we can't sit back and assume that I think these people need a pay raise. I mean, they probably need a new furniture to sit on the new. I mean, I think like we can't always sit back and assume for the people that work for us or let's say work with us. So it's good that we build a culture of listening. And I think one of the problems that we have in Ghana is that there's this culture of silence. People are scared to speak up, and it's mainly because of, I mean, the organization we find ourselves. I mean, I think the leaders don't do enough by creating that psychological safety for people to voice out their needs, their concerns, and even their suggestions. That would really help the organization. So I think really starts by listening. If you're able to listen and create that, that psychological, safety. The people that, like, my feedback would always be considered. My uh, my team leader is helpful, it's supportive. I mean, all these things like help. Because if we don't listen, we didn't know what the problems are. And by listening, I think the next step is to be supportive and also help develop our people. So if we tighten our, let's say, if we make our learning and development quite robust, it's really going to help. Because the thing is that we normally hire prospects, people who have potentials for growth. So we need to invest in them. Okay. So
Right.
there's one thing I love to hear. Something Richard Branson said that he takes care of his employees, or employees can take care of his customers. So it's always best we really, put our employees like in that on that pedestal and make sure we give them all the investments they need to do like their work we want to be done.
Wow, that's powerful. So listening, you mentioned two things: listening and also developing the people. Are there some other ones you may want to highlight?
Well, I'll say the other ones, but they are mostly built on these two, because without listening, we wouldn't know. Like, where, for example, if the support and development even comes from the listening. Okay, so I want to help you. Let's say, oh, I want to start a program on this field. Let's say cybersecurity. Have you listened to them to see some of the gaps, like in that area, that maybe, okay, yes, they need like this training, they need this support, they need this. So there are other ways, but the thing is that I wouldn't want to box anything. So I'll say that you first need to listen and be sure that yes, this is what they want. And aside that, to you recognize like your people's contribution publicly. And it's, as I said, it's not always about the pay and other things, but then like you're showing recognition, making them feel belong, making them feel appreciated.
Right.
That also help. And also, if we're able to audit our culture regularly and find where the gaps are and try to tweak it to suit the present time we're in, that will also help as well.
Right, very important. I also know a few other ones that I think I would want to know whether you agree with.
Okay.
Maybe one of them would be offering them some good compensation packages. What do you have to say about that?
Yes, it's all boils down to listening. What's that good compensation package you really mean? Maybe for you at the top. I started by saying that it's not assuming from the top that, oh, if I give them good compensation packages, they're gonna be happy and they're gonna it's gonna increase productivity. But then it's about understanding, like, what does good compensation package means to my people. Okay. And in some areas it's not even about compensation, about even like the whole atmosphere in the company. So that's why I think like listening is the first step. Honestly, listening supports is the first steps. Fair conversation, good salary, it does help, but then you need to know what that means for the people. I don't know if you
Yeah, I
understand
get
my
it. I get it.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. Now, you spoke about employee recognition as one of the things. You highlighted that.
Yes.
In your experience, where do you think most organizations get it wrong when it comes to that?
Okay, so I think most people like to just throw money on everything. Okay, so it's not about money. It's about some of the like simple things like, oh, thank you. Oh, I saw what you did with this data set. Like, it's really amazing. Like, good work. Keep it up. These words like really go a long way, honestly. And it's not always about just the bonuses, the allowances, but then also like being intentional about building a very kind culture, a very, I mean, good feedback culture where people can speak up freely, people can, let's feel like that belonging. Yeah. So I think just to put this in a nutshell, it's not just about money, but also, but I know there are some companies that actually publicly recognize their employees. Their birthday goes online and the media, LinkedIn, Instagram. I remember there's a time that I spoke to someone who was working with, I was working remotely with a certain company, and I think then the next time I heard that the person said that, oh, she's no longer with them. I'm like, oh, what happened? I mean, he made I mean, with a few concern, but the other thing she raised was the fact that even on my birthday, like they didn't even wish me. I'm like, so I was like, wow. I mean, people like to, I mean, feel that, oh, like
Yeah.
people are seen. Yeah, so I think if we, I mean, take these steps, it's really going to go a long way to help.
Right. Right. All right.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. Let's talk about the basics, and I take you back to the maybe the compensation, but you also spoke about the fair pay at the beginning and the working condition.
Okay, across board, you mean by both formal or informal, or
Yes.
treated fairly? See, I think the issue here, honestly, like they don't understand what they are entitled, and I know that, I mean, the informal sector actually is a chunk part of our economy. I think that is over 80% as the informal sector, and most people in that sector are not being paid. Like that's are not being paid for them. I mean, their taxes are not being paid by their employers, which is a big problem, honestly. Because if, as a country, we complain about like issues relating to money, and we're unable to structure things enough to benefit the informal sector, that becomes a big problem. Because when at the end of the day, the informal sector cannot absorb these university, let's say high school and university like leaders. I mean, there's supposed to be some sort of structure that helps the informal sector scale and absorb these people as well. Because I mean, like I've worked with a number of, businesses in the informal sector, and most of them just need that support, that understanding, that training that can help them scale. And when they scale, I mean, once you scale, that means you need more, like, I mean, employees, and that really ends up helping like the country as a whole.
Right.
So yes, I think that's one thing I would also want to add.
I see. So, but do you think that compensation in Ghana actually reflects the true value and productivity of workers?
Well, in some organization it does, but I would say the majority, unfortunately, not. I mean, yes, I would say if labor, the labor commission would really even help with this, because you even within the same industry, let's take for example banking. You see someone with the same certificate, the same years of experience, the same let's say know-how, let me put it, will be paid like 3 times less in a different banking, like I mean a banking organization. So I mean, what would help will be benchmarking, being able to look, and this is what we do. If you want this person, like this other requirements, and this is maybe the pay range, and maybe able to benchmark these things on a higher policy level, it's really going to also help. I mean, it's going to encourage people to, I mean, want to become, I mean, accountants, become, I mean, data analysts, become, I mean, whatever career they have. I mean, that would really help a lot. And also, I mean, these people also can also help support the informal sector. I mean, imagine like we have like a lot of data analysts in the system, and there's a huge like need for these people in the informal sector. Honestly, I work in a bunch of informal, but I'm like, wow. I mean, most of them don't even have like simple, I mean, tools to track the analysis. And most of them don't even have like a record keeping system.
Yeah.
So if you're able to train these people and have some benchmarking, and maybe we can subsidize it for the informal sector, I think it's going to go a long way to help. Yes.
Right. I see. Because I know sometimes you look at the salaries some people take, you know, especially in the informal sector, even in the formal sector. Maybe, for instance, somebody is a security officer or something at a company, and they are taking charge of security. Look at the whole security, and when it comes to how much they are paid, is a chicken change. Do you think that affects the kind of motivation people bring to work?
I mean, definitely. I mean, there's always this correlation between, I mean, what you think you're worth and what you're paid to. I mean, what's the the effort you exert in a work.
The risk
So yes,
and
I
all
mean,
of
I
that.
would say like that really affects it. And I mean, security, for example, it's I'll say it's a very sensitive area, because the thing is that if you're not paying the security well, I mean, you can easily, I mean, connive and do like, I mean, think that will harm your organization. So I mean, for such positions, even the receptionist, I mean, if a receptionist is not paid well, I mean, he's like the front line of your organization. You understand? I mean, anyone that comes to your organization, he or she is the first, I mean, person like they meet. So if I'm paid well, I mean, I sit there and I smile at your customers. If I'm not paid well, I'm probably always moody and disgruntled while I receive your customers. So I think it's very essential that we look at the numbers with regards to, I mean, these people, because they play a very essential role, like, in the whole organizational structure.
Right. Okay. I was like, hold on for me briefly. Let me just announce the lines in case anybody wants to join the conversation. If you just tune in, this is Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM with me, Litrebi Hammond. And this is a special holiday or Labor Day conversation right here. We're talking about whether employees or workers are really valued beyond the day Labor Day, and that's the conversation we are having. What would that even look like? If we are doing that, and that's the conversation. My guest is Osei Yao Safo. He's an HR professional, and he's joining us over the phone lines for this conversation. But you are also free to send us your messages if you want to ask any question, you want to comment on anything we are discussing. Feel free. 0544321019 0544321019. That's the WhatsApp number, and also you can call us on 03039566641 03039566641, and then we give you the opportunity to ask your questions or make your comments this morning. Also, we're streaming live on Facebook at ZFMGH on Facebook and Z Multimedia on YouTube. Feel free to drop a comment under the live stream, and I will read them for you as well. And so that is that. Exactly 9:30, we'll be wrapping up the conversation shortly so that we can make room for some of your messages that have come through this morning. So let's continue. Now, let's talk about productivity and then engagement. Now, there's always this conversation about productivity. Some say that workers are not giving their best. Others say that the system itself is a problem, especially even if you go into the public sector and all of that. Where do you stand in that conversation?
Honestly, I will say it's leadership. Honestly, like it's leadership, because the truth of the matter is that they start basically everything. I mean, let's say, okay, while you're complaining about systems, you're complaining about people, and the leadership are in charge of like the people. I mean, from who gets in to who gets what, that's a leadership decision. Now systems, now to what is being used and what shouldn't be used, it's leadership. So I would say that leadership really has a very strong influence about this. So I mean, if leadership is able to get things right from the start, I mean, it helps to create a very good culture. I mean, where things are might be more productive and effective. So I wouldn't say it's an issue of system, or let's say people, but I would say it's letting the leaders understand, I mean, like their role they play in all this. Because for everything to work, I mean, the leadership should take ownership. So I would not say too much about system problem, because honestly, right now, from where we've gotten to, I think we have, I mean, in this era that we have the best technologies. I mean, I know there are better technologies to come, but then as it stands now, we have enough technology to be able to do, like, I mean, good work. So if we're able to delegate, be able to, I mean, position these systems to do the work, and be able to focus on the core people aspect, by managing the people and training them and helping them, supporting them, I think it's going to go a long way to help. So I would say leadership would have to step up and maybe do the needful, I should say.
I see. Right. So would you say that productivity is actually driven by people-centered leadership, or maybe pay, or even pressure? Which one do you think drives productivity really?
It is leadership that will drive product. To be honest, I mean, all these other things you said after that. Is it? Did you say pay, featured pay, and you mentioned pay and what?
Pressure.
Pressure.
Yeah,
Pressure is tied to, let's say, the culture of the organization.
Yeah.
So all these things are sort of things that is being like that that are overseen by leadership. So I mean, if the leadership is able to, I mean, create a very receptive and healthy work environment, there won't be pressure. Honestly, I mean, if I'm able to voice out, I mean, they've created that psychological, safety that I'm able to voice out. Oh, like, let's say your line manager comes to you. Oh, I need this done by 4 p.m. today. You look at the work. I'm like, oh, say, I think this is going to take two days or 3 days. And that you're able to do that. Shouldn't we tell you that? Oh, yes, sir. Then goes back and brings your study work. Then, like, not even before 4, but then even the next day. But then if you're able to create that environment, people can voice out, okay, I see what you want, but then it's going to, like, for me to get a very good work done, it's going to take me about maybe 2 days or 72 hours to get this done. And I think one of the things that I've noticed in most Ghanaian, like, work settings is that we focus more on presence than work itself. So people are actually being paid because, they came to work from 9 to 5. But the thing is that, what did they even do within that period? So the measuring work should be more of a result of an output thing, but then I think it's seen more of a presence thing. Because I've worked with a lot of people remotely that has done more work than people that have actually worked with, like, in person. So I think about time we also, go from that culture of presence to results and outcome oriented. Yes.
I see. Right. Okay. Let's talk about the culture. You talked about organizational culture. Now, how many of, or how much of employee performance is influenced by the organizational culture?
Okay, so let me just start by trying to, let's say, give an overview of what performance um, review is. So product management, starts from day one. When I say day one, it starts from when you send your CV to, your prospective employer, that, okay, I don't want to work with you. Now it starts from the leadership side, is that by you receiving the person. That start by, most people do it, bi-weekly and then monthly, but then it starts from day one. It starts from the day the person is connected with you through their CV. That's what it starts from.
Right.
So the person comes to an interview. Oh, I like the fact that you introduce yourself in the body of the email, or maybe next time would like to see you, but then next time try and put something. Most people send CVs without a body, where something, maybe if you do that and you're listening, try and change something. So like, it starts from there. So giving these kind of feedbacks, it creates a culture like, wow, these people want to help me, like they are on my side, okay. And I think, like, on the flip side too, it's for us to also understand how to receive feedback. Most people see feedback as they being, scolded at. So we sort of try to understand how to receive feedback and also build on that as well. So I'll start from the fact that, performance management starts from day one. It starts from when the person, like, puts in a word. That, oh, the thing is that maybe that person who has even put in the CV, you are not going to, employ the person as a leader. But then the thing is that the person is a potential client of yours. You might think that, oh, this person, I'll never need him again, but then it's going to somewhere, maybe your company will come up. Oh, wow, yeah, I applied to them. Oh, like, I like the. I wasn't paid, but I like the way they address, like, the address. I like the way they gave me feedback on how I applied. I like the way they gave you reasons why I wasn't selected. These all go a long way to promote or advertise your brand or your
Right.
company.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, that is where it starts. So imagine that the number of people looking at the unemployment rate in Ghana here. If you put a post out there that you need, let's say, let's say an HR practitioner, you need maybe an accountant. There's going to be a lot of people that will apply. All these people are potential customers as well. Maybe not now, but in the future they are. You could partner with them, you could sell to them, or you could even, work with them on certain projects.
Yeah.
So, like, having in the back of your mind that any person that comes to me, I need to be kind. I need to be thoughtful. I need to give, like, good and honest feedback.
Right.
So if enter an interview, let's say I applied for something at Zed Multimedia, and I come in and, oh, I like this about you, and listen. I mean, I probably wouldn't get the job, but then I go back, I'm like, wow, like these people, like, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
So anytime I hear someone like, oh yeah, I know about them, Charlie, like they're doing very well. I even applied. So I think it starts from even we understanding that performance management, or let's say feedback giving, is not an occasional thing. It's a lifestyle, it's a culture thing that we need at the back of our minds.
Right. Okay, great. Let's move away from culture. I would have preferred that we stayed there a bit, but I'm looking at our time, and there are some other things we have to talk about. So let's shift our attention to a critical part of our economy. We are told that, I'm talking about the informal sector. We are told that I think about 80% of workers are in the informal sector. Now, that's a large number of Ghanaian workers. They operate without contracts. There are no protection, no structured HR systems, and all of that. How do we even begin to talk about employee value in that particular space?
Okay, so that's. I think the issue with the informal sector is that, I mean, most people are regarded as tools than resources. Say by it is like, okay, you can't do the work, you go. People are not invested in, most people, but most of the time they class of the informal sector. But you just come do the work, you go. There's no interaction. I'm yet to see or hear of any formal, business that does something like, performance management, that does something like training. I mean, I see a few people starting trainings. I mean, based on the kind of work like that is being done. But then something like performance training, like having feedback sessions for the family, for their employees, it's a problem. So I think it starts with like listening. I mean, for they to create a sense of, value among the employees, and they need to listen to them. Honestly, it always starts with listening. I mean, you can't go there, hey, this PM giving my people, I think I need to increase. I mean, you need to talk to them. Let them let them let you know. I mean, it would be parts, but then let them tell you what they want.
Yeah.
And then for that, you listen to them and you grant them this. And also, I think one thing that really affects that process is that, I mean, there's this book I read through, I think he visited Michael Weber. He mentioned something about, why small businesses fail mostly, and I think is that it's mostly like TV roles, like the entrepreneurs. I mean, they play the entrepreneurial role where they focus on the vision and the future of growth of the business. They play the management role, that like the management, like they create the order, the systems, and the predictability of the business, and it is technician, like the person that actually does the work. I mean, most leaders, or let's say in the informal sector, they like to play all three roles. So they are juggling between, I mean, let's say if the person that has a salon, he's the same person braiding, he's the one also trying to key in things, and also maybe get the guest right. He's also the one also trying to look at scaling the business to a different level. Now, if people have to understand and delegate some of these things, it gives room for you to think about how best can I work with my people, and how best can I maybe enforce them to do like certain tasks.
Yeah.
So I think stand from that. And the fact is that, I mean, one thing I learned in that book was that you always, as a leader, you need to work on your business, not work in the business. And when you work in it, I mean, your attention span is focused on doing the day-to-day tasks, but then there's also a bigger vision ahead of you. So you need to work on it by seeing where you want to go in the next 2 or 3 years, how you want to expand. I mean, the different branches you probably want to open. So having that mindset of working on your business also helps you to value the people you want to move with. Yes, so that's what I want.
That's what you want to say to that, right? Okay. So are there some some practices or lessons from formal HR that formal HR practice that can realistically be applied to the informal sector? If you can mention a few of them, so that if anybody is listening to us and they're in the informal sector, they may want to pick a few things to start applying to their sector.
Okay, so I think that I can't say this now, but then it always starts by listening. So that's always the first step. I mean, one that has helped this, big businesses, or let's say large corporations, by listening to their stuff. They do, they run surveys to listen. They also do town hall meetings to listen to their staff and what they want. It always starts from there, honestly, because you can't be there at the top of your head thinking that, oh, let me do this for them. They'll be happy. Let me do that for them. That would be one of them. Breaking it down, things like leave management. I really hope. For some of the informal players that we worked with, most of them don't have a leave structure. If maybe they can maybe find a way to design a sort of leave structure for their team, it's really going to help not only them but also the business as well. Because if your workers always come into work exhausted, it's going to affect productivity definitely. So if there's some sort of leave structure, it's always going to help. And also, I would say, performance management. That is more in the formal sector, but they're not really in the informal sector. Sit with them. It should be a 360 thing, a 360 like performance appraisal. You tell your employee what you've seen or what you've noticed over the years. With relevant KPIs. So you communicate that to them, and they would also in turn tell you what maybe you can help them improve on, or maybe you can also improve on. So those things would also help. And I'll say lead management, the performance appraisal systems. Just to mention a few. These two, if let's say they are encouraged in the informal sector, will really help a lot.
Right.
But as I said, it starts by listening. Honestly, it starts by listening. Yeah.
Okay, Ozzy, thank you very much for your time this morning. Maybe finally, I want you to speak to organizations on one hand and also employees on the other hand. How can organizations actually value their employees beyond Labor Day, from today till maybe the next time we have another conversation on such a topic? What are some of the things that you wish would have changed? And also on the part of employee, what can they do so that they are valued?
Okay, so let me speak to the leadership first. So I think there should be understanding that workers are not tools to be optimized. Okay, and they are actually human beings that need to be valued. If you have that understanding, it's going to go a long way to help. So if you understand that my workers are not tools, they are human beings. Just like you, the leader, having blood running through you and all, like flesh and blood and all that. They're also the same. They are also human. Like they need to be valued. They need to be valued, and they would actually that would also encourage them to do more, maybe even beyond their expectation. And because Ghana's economy was not built by policy like documents. It was built by hands. It was built by the minds and sacrifice and sweats of these people. So we need to value them. On the other side, with regards to, let's say, employees, I would say that they should, let's do their best. I would say you do their best to, voice out like when they need to. I think there's this culture of silence that has been there for some time in Ghana. We are scared to, lose our job. We are scared to, let's say, be seen as disrespectful. We are scared to, be targeted. But then the thing is that if we expect something, we need to express. We can't expect what we don't express. So it starts by us voicing out.
Yeah.
Then, if you voice it out, then maybe it's not being. It's not done or it's not. I'm listening to. Then you make it your decision to maybe move or find. Another alternative to it. But then you need to voice out. You need to start talking honestly. The only way to know is to speak up.
Right.
Yes, so that is what I think about it.
So thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm really grateful that you joined us to celebrate the Labor Day this morning. Thank you.
You're welcome, and happy Labor Day to you.
Okay, thank you very much. Same to you. I'm wishing you the best.
All right.
Okay. All right. So that was Osei Yalsafo. He is an HR professional, and he joined us this morning talking about Labor Day and also the fact that whether we celebrate our workers beyond just a Labor Day. And so we've had a good conversation, and he's speaking about quite a number of things, talking about things that we can do to be able to make sure that we value our employees, and that will in turn also make them want to stay and also want to contribute to their all. And he says that a major part of it is listening. And so if we're able to listen to our employees, then that will be able to transform a lot of things for us. But of course, we also spoke about the pay for people who are working, yes, let's try and look at that labor commission and all of that. He says that we have to look at those things. Also, he spoke about the informal sector. We don't pay attention to that sector a lot, but these are the engines of growth for our country, and so we have to turn our attention to that side and also look at how people are treated there. And he says that people are treated as tools instead of resources, and that's something that we also have to look at. And so these are some of the things. So I think that Labor Day must go beyond just or maybe celebrating workers or appreciating workers must go beyond just a single day where we gather them and then we give some speeches here and there. It must actually translate into real appreciation that is on a daily basis for the workers. And so that's all for our big roundtable discussion this morning. We're going to wrap up the show shortly, but we'll take a very quick music break, and when we return, we wrap up. Enjoy this one. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and also do follow us on all our socials, on TikTok at Zed Multimedia, LinkedIn at Zed Multimedia, YouTube at Zed TV, IDX, and Facebook at ZFM GH.
101.9 FM, exactly 8 minutes to the top of the hour, and this is the Business Breakfast on Zed 101.9 FM with me, Trebi Hammond. Wherever you're listening to us, this is a special Labor Day morning show right here on Zed 101.9 FM, your lifestyle, leisure, and business platform. Now, before we go, I just want to highlight a few people that needs to be celebrated. Yes, I may not be able to mention every one of them or one of those groups of people, but we just want to appreciate them. Now, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to the health workers, our doctors, our nurses, the pharmacists, the lab technicians, the orderlies, and all of those people. Thank you very much for showing up every day to save lives, often under pressure, often beyond your limits, but you do your best to do that. And for me, I think that those of you in that space, in the health space, you carry more than a profession. You actually carry people's hope. And so, yes, you've done a very good job, and kudos to all of you in that sector. I also want to give a big shout out to our teachers and our educators. Very amazing people from kindergarten to the universities. I want to say thank you for shaping minds, for building the future of our country, and also for laying the foundation for every other profession. Your impact for me goes beyond, far beyond the classroom. And so teachers, if you're a teacher and you are listening to me this morning, we want to say that we appreciate you so much on this Labor Day. We just want to say thank you. And also to our farmers and our fisher folk, you guys feed the nation. Yes, you feed the nation through unpredictable weather, rising costs, long delays. You ensure that Ghana survives and Ghana is able to thrive. And we do not say it enough, but we depend on you. Yes, those of you, I mean, we all know that we depend on the farmers, and so we have to give them some respect. And so farmers, if you're a farmer and you're listening to me this morning, this is from all of us here at Z 101.9 FM. We say that we really appreciate you for feeding the nation. Now, let me turn my attention to our market women as well, and the traders, the market women. They are the backbone of everyday commerce. I mean, your resilience, market women, your resilience, your hustle, and your consistency keep our local economies alive. Sometimes I wonder the kind of consistency that you guys have, the market women. I wonder, like waking up consistently every single day. And let me just leverage that to say, a big thank you to my own mother, Mama Regina Hammond. Yes, God bless you so much. Because this woman, Charlie, is consistent. I mean, she's very consistent. Every day, waking up at the same time, making sure that she cooks so that people can have something to eat and all of that. These are the real gems for the economy. And I want to say thank you to all market women and all traders who are selling all kinds of things. Now, let me also turn my attention to the trotro drivers I mentioned earlier. But let me just generally mention drivers. Yes, drivers, from trotro drivers to taxi drivers to ride-hailing drivers, truck drivers, and your mates. You guys actually move the nation. You guys actually move the nation. Without you, we won't be able to move from one place to another. We won't be able to go and work. And so this morning, if you're a driver and you are listening to me, I want you to know that big shout outs to you. This is from Z 101.9 FM. Z 101.9 FM, and also myself, Trebi Hammond. And so this morning, big shout outs to you if you're a driver. You move the nation through the traffic, through the long hours, the tough conditions. You actually keep Ghana going. And that is why we cannot mention workers without mentioning you. And also very important, our sanitation workers and our waste collectors. Yes. They are often, we don't mention them often, but these are also the guys that are doing all the amazing things. They are often unseen, sometimes unappreciated, and there's this new business that people actually do in some areas. They call it bola. You can just sit in there. When growing up, you have to carry your bola on your head and take to your dumping sites. But these days, these guys have made it. They made life easy. You just sit in the comfort of your home. They come as early as 5 a.m., 6 a.m. and just come and pick it and send it. These guys are the amazing guys. Without them, I don't think that we'll be able to stay healthy and all of that. Yes. So their work actually protects our health and preserves our environment. And so you guys are very essential. If you are one of those people who are in the sanitation space, I just want to appreciate you. And by that, I don't even mean just those who are collecting waste externally. Even in our offices, these are people that we don't really appreciate enough. But I just want to say that thank you guys so much. You are very essential. I also want to highlight our construction workers, the artisans and the technicians, and by that I'm referring to carpenters, masons, electricians, plumbers. You guys are literally building the nation brick by brick. wire by wire, and we really appreciate you. So if you are like that, if you are a construction worker, you are an artisan, technician, carpenter, mason, plumber, all of those people, you guys are all essential. And on this Labor Day, Z101.9 FM, we say that thank you, and Ayeko for the kind of work that you guys are doing. Also, our security services, police, military, fire service, private security personnel that we often overlook. Please, this morning we want to say thank you to you for keeping our space. Our space is safe. Thank you for keeping the country running, and often at great personal risk, but you guys still do it. Sometimes I see older folks who are going to sit down to secure certain properties as late as 10 p.m. and they are going to be there overnight just to make sure that things are kept safe. Every single day, I wonder how they are able to do it. But for some strange reason, the Lord protects them and they are able to do it. Because the Bible says that unless the Lord keeps the house or watches over the house, the watcher watches in vain, or the keeper keeps it in vain. So, yes. So thank you so much. If you're in the security services, thank you. God bless you, all of you. And also our corporate professionals and office workers. You actually drive the systems. This morning on my way to work in the car that I boarded, there was a big argument that Charlie, hey, Aban Juma there, say Aban Juma, Aban Juma, share, they were saying all kinds of things, But Charlie, you guys are doing an amazing job. I wasn't listening to them because I had my headset on, but I could hear them have a big argument, and somebody was furious and all of that. I'm like, Charlie, people are doing the things that they enjoy. Let them do it. If you also think you can do entrepreneurship, go in there and do yours. Yes. But I just want to say thank you to all our corporate professionals and the office workers. You actually drive the systems. If everybody leaves the office and goes to set up a business, how can we even run this country? These are the guys that push productivity forward in ways that keeps institutions running. And so very important, we have to mention them. But of course, let me also give big shout outs to our entrepreneurs and small business owners. You actually take the risks, you create jobs, and you keep the spirit of innovation alive in this economy. And we can't thank you enough. Entrepreneurs and small business owners. If you're an entrepreneur, if you are a small business owner, thank you, and God bless you. And also maybe to our informal sector workers. Very amazing guys as well. Head porters, street vendors, the loading boys, Charlie, the mechanics, hairdressers, tailors, all of these guys. If you are one of these people that I've mentioned, thank you. Thank you for the work that you are doing. Keep at it, and we are really grateful for all the things that you are doing. Your contribution is actually massive, even when it's not formally recognized. You are not invisible, and we just want to say a big thank you to you, all of you. From Z101.9 FM. We can also talk about media professionals, journalists, producers, presenters, technical teams. Let me also use this opportunity to thank my technical team here, our technical team here at Zed, from Prince to Mr. Kante to Chief Quote and everybody who works behind the scenes to make things happen. I just want to say thank you to all of you for informing, educating, and shaping national conversation. So we're really grateful to you. We can talk about our creatives, the musicians, the designers, the actors, workers, writers, photographers. You actually give us culture, identity, and expression, and you tell our stories, and we're really grateful to you. You can talk about hospitality and service workers. You can talk about bankers and financial service providers, tech professionals and innovators, cleaners, janitors, maintenance staff. We can talk about volunteers, caregivers, everybody who is working to make sure that things are happening. And in the NGO sector, I can't go away without highlighting this sector. The NGO sector, all the people that are working in that space are people that are unpaid, but they are working very hard to make sure that communities are held together, and they sacrifice to make these things happen. And this morning, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you in those sectors. God bless you so much for the good work that you are doing. And I want you to know that whether your work is visible or not, whether you are celebrated or not, you actually matter. You may not always be recognized, you may not always be rewarded as you deserve, but today we pause we at Z101.9 FM, we pause to say that we see you, we appreciate you, and we honor your contribution. And happy Labor Day to all of you. And so thank you very much for staying with us right from 6:15, right from 8 a.m. till now. We are really grateful to you. We are back again on Monday with some more interesting conversations right here on the Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM. Now, the only show that does not talk about politics in the morning. Yes, we do only business. We are concerned about your business that you run. We are concerned about the kinds of things that you do, and that is why we show up every day to bring you Business Breakfast on Z101.9 FM. So that's how we wrap up. My name is Nitrebi Hammond. Thank you very much for staying with us, and enjoy your Labor Day. Up next is The Brighter Side with Jeremy Okorie Amwako. Please don't go anywhere.
Beat by Shay.